I'm not sure about that music anymore. I'm thinking maybe our production team needs to dig deep in the vault, find a new theme song. Hey, how you doing? My name is Mike. I am your host. This is the FBTV Podcast, Freight Broker TV Podcast. We try to do these once a week. Last week, kind of didn't get one done, did we? But we are here this week for an extended version. No, not really. Hey, if it goes over, usually these podcasts go about maybe a half hour, 35, 40 minutes. Did we have one, or was that something else I'm thinking of? I don't know. It seems like we had one a little bit longer, but we try to keep it around 30 minutes. Want to keep it, interesting. Sometimes if we go too far, it might get kind of boring. Hey, when the host starts getting bored, you've gone too far. So how are you doing today? I hope pretty good. It's wet here. It is October 24th. What is it, a week? A week? Yeah, this time next week will be Halloween. Not a big fan of Halloween. Just my background. Maybe because I'm older. I got a granddaughter. Love for her to go trick-or-treat and get all the candy, but you got to be careful about that stuff. I remember when I was a kid, it was even, you had to be kind of careful then about people putting stuff in candy. I think back when I was a kid, the big thing was razor blades and pens, stick pens or whatever, people putting that in candy. I never got it, but you heard about it. Mom and Dad, they were always concerned about it. They wanted to check the candy, or as I got older, make sure I checked the candy before just chomping down on it. But, a lot has changed. It's a different world. Okay, if you've not been to our website, you found our podcast wondering, what in the heck is this FBTV podcast all about? Well, it's Freight Broker TV. Go to our website, freightbrokertv.com. You'll find all the podcasts there as well as videos. Freight Broker TV is designed to be a free information website for those wanting to become a freight broker or freight broker agent. It's there to be a device you can seek out information before making the decision to move forward or maybe do something else. And, that's something we're going to be talking about today is, okay, maybe you want to be a freight broker, but hey, let's not kid ourselves. Let's err on the side of caution. Too many times we see clients, they get this idea, I'm going to be the exception. I'm going to be the one that starts making money within a couple of weeks after I start brokering. Folks, you're not going to be the one. I don't know you. But if you go into this thinking, hey, I'm going to be making money in a couple of weeks from now, you're going to be pretty disappointed probably. I would say maybe 1 in 1,000 people actually start making money as a broker in a couple of weeks. Now, I'm talking about somebody that has no experience, just coming into the industry, no customer base, they got to build it from scratch. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Had a call yesterday from a client I'm a consultant for Taltoa, but I had a call from a client yesterday. And this isn't out of the ordinary. I get these calls 2 or 3 times a month anyway. Somebody trying to really zero in on how long it's going to take them to make money, start making money as a freight broker. Well, this particular client, they were wanting to step out and, get all their broker authority, get all that situated. They're going to start out as a broker agent, which is what we recommend. But they wanted to get their authority, everything in place, so they could, once they had the business built as an agent, everything be in place, they just have to transfer it over to their own brokerage. Which, okay, I get what they're trying to do. They want to be ready. And to take that step further, this client told me that they've got jobs now to where the money is available for them to be able to do that, to be able to go out here, get their own authority, get the bond, UCR, BOC3. Their point was that, once they start brokering, they quit their job, that income won't be there. So they thought, hey, let's get all this put together while we got the money, which I get that. But as soon as you file for your authority, you get the bond, the clock starts ticking. What I mean is, okay, you're going to have expenses. Specifically your bond. Okay, the bond, how much is, I get this question all the time as well. How much is a bond? Well, a property broker surety bond, $75,000 property broker surety bond. Understand, it's insurance. And I've seen it as low as $1,000 a year and as high as $6,000 to $7,000, maybe $8,000 a year, and depends on your credit, your background, your history, things of that nature. The best thing to do if you're trying to price a bond is call a bonding company or insurance company that offers property broker surety bonds. Get a quote, find out, get an idea. But what I'm getting at is once you purchase the bond, activate your authority, it might be 6 months before you actually do anything with that authority. I'm talking about my client that called wanting to get all this put together and work as an agent until they get their business built up. Might even be a year. I get it. But this time next year, that bond's going to be, the premium on that bond is going to be due again. Okay, and let's look at the flip side. Nobody goes into business, obviously, thinking I'm not going to succeed. But the reality is there. You may not succeed. Hey, it's a fact. Not everybody succeeds as a freight broker. There's thousands of people coming into the industry every year, and there's thousands of people leaving the industry every year. Not everybody can do this. And, let me take that back. Honestly, my heart, what I believe anybody can do this if you do what you're supposed to do. And I think that is where the problem lies. A lot of people, they want to be successful. They're just not willing to do what it takes to be successful. And part of that is making hundreds, if not thousands, of sales calls. Picking up that phone, making a sales call. Okay? That's probably one of the things right there that will kill a broker or somebody's dreams about being a broker quicker than anything, because when you're thinking about it, you're wanting to do it, this is going to be great, blah blah blah. Then it comes time to actually start doing it. That attitude kind of changes pretty quick. So that's what I've seen. Now, here's the deal with going out here and, getting the authority, which, getting it now, starting out as an agent. Okay, I get what my client's wanting to do there. They want to have everything put together, but understand that, and this is what I told them, that the authority, the $75,000 property broker surety bond, UCR and BOC3, that's required to be legal. Keep in mind, there's a lot of other stuff that goes with it. Contingent cargo insurance, probably want to start out with that. Going to have to be paying for a TMS, Transportation Management System, fancy name for freight broker software, but you're going to need that. QuickBooks, probably. You're going to have to invoice. You're going to have a way of accounting. So there's another expense. Another expense would be errors and omissions insurance. Okay, this is a business of contracts. Errors and omissions insurance protects you in case you screwed up a contract. Okay, and you had to buy a whole load or something because of what you did or did not do on that contract. General liability insurance. Yeah, you're going to want that eventually, maybe not right off the bat, but you're going to need it. You're going to have a customer someday that's going to say, hey, where's your general liability insurance? And then you're going to have it. And general liability, that can kind of get expensive on you. Okay, so be thinking about that. Another thing, too, is your load boards. You're going to have to be paying for your load boards. Okay, DAT power, if you're going to be using DAT power, there's $200 a month right there. Internet truck stop, there's another 100. You see that? So right there between those two load boards, as a broker, $300 a month. And you're going to need them. And there'll be other tools you'll probably want. Maybe you want to get a carrier directory. Okay, because first starting out, you're not going to have any. The only tool you're going to have to be able to find trucks is going to be the load boards. See what I mean? You're going to need tools to be able to help you find trucks, because you're not going to have any trucking companies set up with your brokerage yet because you're brand new. So you're going to probably want to think about purchasing a carrier directory. A good one, you're looking at around $400. $400. So you see, there's a lot more to starting your own brokerage than just getting your authority bond UCR BOC3. A lot more to it. There's going to be a lot of expense there. Now, a lot of people, and this going back to the original question, how long is it going to take me to start making money? Nobody can answer that question, because it all depends on you. Now, here's where a lot of people say it depends on you and a little luck. And yeah, okay, let's throw that out there, a little bit of luck. But somebody told me a long time ago, they said, it's funny, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And that makes so much sense. The harder you work, the luckier you're going to become. So, how much can you make? When are you going to start making that money? It's anybody's guess. I've had clients I've seen get up there as an agent, start making $1,000 a week in 30 days. I've had other clients 6 months later. They were still struggling to make a buck, still struggling. What's the difference between the two? Why is this person being so successful and this one is still, trying? They haven't moved a load yet or whatever. Honestly, they've both been given the same opportunity. They both went through the same training. They both have access to the same consulting, the same material, the same information, the same assistance, the same help. So why does one succeed, the other doesn't? Again, it boils back down to the individual. It comes back to you, is what it amounts to. Part of being a freight broker, starting your own freight broker business, be it as an agent or starting your own freight brokerage company, is, are you an entrepreneur? I mean, a true entrepreneur. Do you have that drive? Do you have that oomph in you to plow forward no matter how deep the snow is, if that makes any sense? Okay, you're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. That's the bottom line. Yes, there are people out here making, when I say people, I'm talking about freight broker agents, people contracted to an existing broker working under that broker's license only as a contracted agent to that broker that are making 6-digit incomes. Yes, I mean over $100,000 a year doing the work of a freight broker. Yes, it's possible. People ask, what kind of money can I expect to make as a freight broker agent? Well, first year, again, nobody can answer that. But if you want an idea, first year, yeah, you should expect $35,000 to $45,000 first year income. But understand, you have that startup period during the first part of that year. And what I mean by startup period, you're building your customer base. You're getting your feet planted on the ground. You're gaining the experience, the knowledge. So the bulk of that first year income isn't going to come till probably the second half of that first year. Now, second year, your second year income, you should go into that second year expecting to double your first year income. So if you did $40,000 the first year, you should expect to do $80,000 the second year. Why? It's simple math. You have no startup period that second year. So you're working the full 12 months, not, learning, going through that startup period, then starting to become successful. You're actually, you're actually successful from day one of that second year. So you got the full 12 months plus whatever you add to it. Third and subsequent years, you should be adding to it by 10 to 20% per year. Now, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Everyone's different. Are you going to do what it takes to be successful? Are you going to make the sales calls? Are you going to give good customer service? Are you going to pay attention to the details? See, we go over all that in training, with Tautoa. And actually, here on Freight Broker TV, you're going to see, pay attention to the details. You're going to see in the videos and things like that, we're talking about details. You got to pay attention to the details. So, yes, it can be a rewarding career. Yes, you can make a lot of money. Yes, the opportunity is there. And that's one nice thing about this country. Nice, I should say great thing. You can actually be working at McDonald's today, making minimum wage, and have the opportunity a year from now to be in a position where you're no longer making minimum wage, but you're pushing on the door to that 6-digit income, and you can do that pretty quick. But it takes dedication, discipline. That's a key word. Paying attention to the detail, that entrepreneurial spirit. If you've not seen the FBTV coffee mugs, well, you need to go to our website at freightbrokertv.com. We have the FBTV official coffee mug available. Matter of fact, I got mine right here. Hey, if you watch some of our videos, you're going to see the FBTV coffee mug in action. It's an 11-ounce mug. It comes in two colors, black or white. Has our logos on it, front and back. Now, when I say logo on the front, logo on the back, what I mean, it doesn't matter what hand you use to drink your coffee, the logo will always be in front, or there will be a logo in front. We got two different logos. We got the standard on-screen, we got, the main logo, and then we got the, I forget, what do they call it, an identifier? Maybe, the little thing that shows up in the bottom part of the TV screen, so you know what channel you're watching or what network. Okay, we got that on one side. Anyway, black or white, and these are nice mugs. You can go to our website, freightbrokertv.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you will be able to see them. And you will actually be able to order a mug from our FBTV website. 11-ounce mug, and I've said this in the video. Matter of fact, I did a video here the other day, and I was talking about it, and I've said it before. When we first ordered the mugs, I was a little apprehensive. Okay, what's this going to be like? Is it going to be like, a sticker? Or something, pretty shoddy workmanship? Something you put in the dishwasher and, it comes apart or the logo comes off. I've had that happen in the past with mugs I've had. I've had mugs where the logo actually came off in the dishwasher or started wearing off. I've had other mugs that washing over in the dishwasher over the course of years, and I'm talking 10, 15 years, but the logo faded off. But these are pretty solid. Okay, I was pretty impressed. But they're 11-ounce mugs, high quality. Get yours today. Show your support for Freight Broker TV. And while you're there, if you have questions, matter of fact, if you are listening to this podcast from our website and you have questions, right below the audio, you're going to find a form right there. And it says, hey, questions? Just ask. Hey, fill out the form. Put in your question. Send it to us. We'll answer it during a podcast or during a video. And we will probably shoot you an email back with an answer to whatever question you had, if we have time. Okay, let's be honest. If you ask a question, it's going to take, we're going to have to write a book to answer the question, which can happen. You're probably going to get an answer via a podcast or via one of the videos we do. Now, if you don't want to use one of the forums, maybe, and we have a lot of truck drivers going down the road, they get the podcast in their ear going down the road. You can email us. Email us at fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. That's pretty simple to remember. fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. All right. The podcast that we do, you can find it on pretty much your favorite podcast app, and this is for the people that found our podcast via on YouTube, because what we do is when we do a podcast, we will take the audio and make it a video and post it on YouTube. So if you're finding this podcast on YouTube, or if you found it on our website at freightbrokertv.com, well, it's available on your favorite podcast app. This includes iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, you name it. You should be able to find us. If not, let us know, and we will make sure that our podcast gets on your favorite app. Okay, what's happening around the world in trucking? Well, truck tonnage index rises 3.5% over September 2018. Seems like we talked about something like this a while back. Maybe just a couple of 2 or 3 podcasts ago for a different month. But anyway, truck tonnage for the month of September rose 3.5% compared with the year ago levels. That's good. This is according to ATA, American Trucking Association. I'm just reading over this. I should have read it before and highlighted. Usually I do. Says the findings were also positive on a quarterly basis for the entire third quarter. The index was up 1.2% over the previous quarter and 4.5% from a year earlier. Both were pretty nice gains, so that's good. Now, the monthly tonnage report is dominated by contract freight, which ATA noted is performing much better than spot market freight this year. Okay. Now, contract rate and spot market rates. Okay, that's what they're actually saying. Contract rates, contract freight, spot market freight. They're really talking about rates. Okay. Contract rate is what a shipper is paying the carrier. Whereas a spot rate, my voice kind of died right there. Spot rate is what a broker is paying a carrier. See what I mean? Okay. So keep that in mind. That's what that's referring to. Tonnage report dominated by contracted freight. That's contracts between actual trucking companies and their customers, which that's exactly what a trucking company should be doing. They should have their own contracted customers that they're hauling for. They should be using a broker only for a backhaul. We touched on that in this week's video on YouTube. Okay, a trucking company should only be hauling freight, as far as broker freight, only for a backhaul. Now, what is a backhaul, you may be asking, if you're new to transportation? Well, I say I'm a trucking company. I'm based in Dallas, Texas, and I've got a customer in Dallas that has loads going to Atlanta. Okay, that would be my head haul. When my truck gets to Atlanta and they're empty, I want that truck to get back to Texas as soon as possible so they can pick up another one of our customers' loads. That would be known as a backhaul. That is when a trucking company should be using a broker to get a load, to be able to get that load going from Georgia back to Texas for backhauls. Okay. A lot of trucking companies, matter of fact, I think I took somebody off the other day. They called. I really thought they were going to become a client, but I think maybe embarrassed them a little bit. Trucking company had 10 trucks. They called, and, when somebody's asking about becoming a broker, wanting to, go through the training, generally I have to ask a lot of questions, or we do. so we can make our best recommendation. I mean, it's just part of it. And, yeah, this guy told me right up front, 10 trucks, using it 100% of the time. I understand if a trucking company is using a broker 100% of the time, they are losing, and when I say losing, I mean money they're not actually able to bill, anywhere from $300 to $600 per truck per week. That's what they're paying in broker fees, $300 to $600 per truck per week. And I brought this up to that guy's attention, and I told him, I said, man, if you're using brokers 100% of the time, 10 trucks, you're losing $3,000 to $6,000 a week in potential revenue by using a broker 100% of the time. And I told him there's no dispatcher worth that much money. And that's because that's what a trucking company is doing. If they are using a broker 100% of the time, they're actually using a broker for their dispatcher. And that's how much money they're paying. So anyway, a trucking company operating properly, they should have their own customer that they're hauling for direct. And they're using a broker for a backhaul to get them back to where their customer is so they can pick up more of their customers' freight. All right, national average spot rates for October through October 22nd. The only thing that didn't change was flatbed. Again, these are spot rates. This goes back to what I was talking about a moment ago. This is what a broker on average is paying a truck. You get a dry van, $1.81 per mile. That's 3 cents lower than September. Flatbed, $2.20 a mile, unchanged. And a refrigerated load, $2.12 per mile, which is 4 cents lower than September. Now, again, this is what a broker is paying a truck, not what the shipper is paying the broker. Okay? And, it's spot rate. Because obviously the customer is paying the broker more money. Now, here's another little tidbit of information that came across here the other day. The ELD mandate went into effect back in 2018, or end of 17, but the full year, we had a full year of the ELD electronic logging device in the trucks, a full year for 2018. And the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration published the final fatal crash numbers for that year, revealing overall a reduction, which is good, a reduction in highway fatalities. However, there's always a but. Fatalities involving large trucks reached a 30-year high during the first full year of the ELD mandate. Now, if you don't know what the ELD mandate was or is, that's the law that requires big trucks to have the electronic logbook device. No more paper logs. They're having to use that electronic logging device. The computer's doing it, keeping track of everything, which forces drivers to drive maybe the way they'd rather not. It's putting a driver on the spot. If they're tired, they do not have the luxury of taking a nap because the ELD is recording every single thing that's happening in that truck. It's a computer hooked up to that truck. When the truck's rolling, it's logging. When it stopped, it stopped. When the engine's off, it's recording everything. You see? So yeah, it's not surprising that there's a 30-year high in fatalities after the ELD mandate. Technology is good for a lot of things. It really is. And, I get asked this question a lot, too. Autonomous trucks. I don't think we have to worry about that now. I could be wrong. I mean, tomorrow we could wake up and be popping out of a toaster bed like George Jetson. But I don't think so. I just don't think the population, now, granted, the population's dumbing down quite a bit, but even with the dumbing down, I just don't think somebody wants a driverless 80,000-pound vehicle on the road with them. I just don't see that. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Here's a name we've been talking about a little bit. I've told you I'd keep you up to date on this. This is the Representative Cartwright. Now, I'm not talking about the Ponderosa. I'm talking about Representative Matt Cartwright. He's the guy that wanted to raise the auto liability insurance requirements for a trucking company from $750,000 to almost $5 million. Well, the thing is, this Cartwright guy, the one who wanted to get this law passed that would increase the amount of insurance a trucking company must carry from $750,000 to almost $5 million. Well, turns out his family's law firm makes their money, or one of the things they do is sue trucking companies. So, of course, this law would directly benefit his family and his company. Listen to this commercial.
You're here, no doubt, because you or a loved one has been involved in a trucking accident that involved a personal injury. Hi, I'm Marion Munley. We understand how emotionally difficult these times can be, and we want to help. There is nothing more important than selecting the right attorney to protect your rights in these cases. Accidents involving trucks, buses, or other large vehicles are fiercely defended by the other side's insurance company. They have enormous resources to put up against any claim you may make. And if you've been in an accident, the other side is already at work building a case in their defense. I, along with the other members of our firm, have handled some of the largest truck accident cases in Pennsylvania. We are a leader in trucking litigation. We know the challenges. We know what it takes. We know how to win for you. We have over 40 years of experience representing truck accident victims across the country. We have in fact won millions of dollars for our trucking accident clients. Please call us and let's sit down to see what we might accomplish together. 855-866-5529. There's no charge or obligation. It's time to get you the peace and justice you deserve.
Okay. That's the commercial for his family's law firm. And, I mean, it's just flat out. Hey, we're here to sue big trucking companies. Well, the Washington Examiner exposed this back in September. That minimum insurance bill would benefit his family's law firm. Now, back in 2013, Cartwright, when he took office, just months after he took office, he tried to do the same thing. But back then it was $4.2 million. Now it's up to $4.92. But anyway, following a pair of ethics complaints, Cartwright, and I guess it should be noted, he's a Democrat from Pennsylvania. He amended 2 years of financial disclosure statements to show his wife earned income from a law firm that touts itself as, and we heard it, a leader in trucking litigation. Now, when this first came out, he was trying to say, no, I'm not part of that company, but his wife is. So he's actually got a conflict of interest thing going on. Yeah, we need more politicians like that, right? Oh, if we cut right down through the chase, I think we all know we've already got way too many politicians like that. But anyway, hey, future contests coming up. You're going to be able to win and win big. We've got prizes valued from $15 all the way up to almost $700. But we need subscribers on our YouTube channel. We're not going to be able to start these contests. And yes, if you are a regular listener to the podcast, you're going to be eligible too. But we got to get our subscriber count up to 100 subscribers on YouTube to be able to start any of these contests. So, go to YouTube, find our YouTube channel. It's Freight Broker TV. Matter of fact, if you go to our website, freightbrokertv.com, there is a link up there for the YouTube channel up there in the top right part of the page. Click it, and I'll take you right to the page. Subscribe. Everything's done. Once we get up to 100 subscribers, we're going to start having these contests. So keep that in mind. If you haven't noticed, go to our website. We have a continuous television broadcast. FBTV is a continuous broadcast channel now on our website only. We're providing continuous broadcast. It's available from our website, freightbrokertv.com. We got nonstop programming. That includes programs. We've got all the YouTube videos in there. We've got some entertainment television in there. And we've got some programming in there that you're not going to find anywhere else but on FBTV, on the continuous broadcast. Those broadcasts are ProTrans Live, so check that out. Tell your friends about the FBTV podcast, about the FBTV channel, about the FBTV website. Let's grow our audience. We can sure use your help. All right. It's a wet October 24th here where I am. I hope wherever you are, it's sunny, nice weather, temps in the 70s, maybe low 80s, low humidity. We're getting to that time of year. Can you believe it? Here we are, October 24th, 2 months from today. 2 months from today, Christmas Eve. Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, holy smoke. Next month it's Thanksgiving. Man, oh man. Time is flying by. But anyway, have a great day, unless, of course, you've made other plans. And if you have, change them.